So we had some rumblings this morning about the Denver Broncos defensive coordinator job on the Pat McAfee show. So according to old glazed eyes McAfee himself here, he says that the Denver Broncos, according to his sources, are looking to potentially make a change at defensive coordinator, although he doesn't know when. McAfee also said that one of the top names on the list for the Denver Broncos DC job, as we've discussed many times here on this channel, is Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan, of course, McAfee's quote unquote colleague at ESPN and somebody who has frequently appeared on the Pat McAfee show. So, I don't know, take that report with a grain of salt. And it was shut down almost immediately by none other than Adam Schefter, who went on the Pat McAfee show later in the day. And he said that he knows for a fact Rex Ryan isn't going to take the Broncos DC job, at least this year, because he's got pretty good sources, and that's Rex Ryan himself. Apparently, Shefty and Rex were discussing this while watching the games on Sunday, and Rex basically told him that it isn't going to happen at least this year. At least this year. Well, I gotta be honest, man. I know that Rex Ryan is a very popular name here in Denver because of his loud mouth, his big personality, some of the things he's said on ESPN. He hasn't been afraid to call out Vance Joseph and the Denver Broncos defense. He was, of course, interviewed for the Denver Broncos defensive coordinator job during the offseason. I think it was very telling, though, that the Broncos decided to go in the direction of Vance Joseph rather than the direction of Rex Ryan. And I feel like there's a pretty big reason for this. Rex Ryan has been out of the NFL since 2016. The NFL has really changed a lot, and I cannot stress a lot more than enough. I mean, the NFL has really done a complete 360 ever, or 180, whatever it is. It's completely shifted ever since Rex Ryan was in the NFL. I mean, we've gone from a league that was a lot more 12 personnel, a lot more run the football down your throat. It's turned into a lot more 11 personnel, which is 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back on the field. A lot less running the ball, a lot more of a pass-happy NFL, which obviously has been led by quarterbacks such as Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, those kind of guys. And defending those types of players has become a real challenge for defensive coordinators recently. And I'm not necessarily sure that Rex Ryan's linebacker heavy scheme is going to be predicated too heavily in the NFL today with all of these pass happy teams. You can't run that sort of personnel on defense. At the end of the day, I'm worried that the game may have gone past Rex Ryan. He's not the youngest guy in the shop. He's not. So I don't know, man. Rex Ryan definitely is not the most inspiring name out there in terms of a potential defensive coordinator hire. A guy that really intrigues me, though, is Dennis Allen, should he get fired as head coach of the New Orleans Saints. There's already that strong relationship there between Sean Payton and Dennis Allen, and I have no issues whatsoever with Dennis Allen as a defensive coordinator. His defenses have been phenomenal. Even after Sean Payton left New Orleans and DA was the head coach, defenses haven't been the problem in New Orleans. It's been really everything else and Dennis Allen's shortcomings as a head coach. It's very possible to be a good defensive coordinator and not really be a great head coach. See Wade Phillips. I feel like Dennis Allen falls into that category. I know his players really like him, but at the same time, I also know that Dennis Allen has caused some issues in terms of game management decisions, just other stuff like that don't really seem like he's really head coaching material. But I do know for a fact that Dennis Allen would make for a really, really strong defensive coordinator. He's basically still the DC there in New Orleans, although Joe Woods holds the title by name. And his defense is doing a great job in New Orleans this year. So if I am the Denver Broncos, if Dennis Allen were to get fired as head coach of the New Orleans Saints, I'd come up and I'd scoop him in as defensive coordinator in a heartbeat. And if I'm not mistaken, this would be Dennis Allen's second stint as Denver Broncos defensive coordinator. He's already got those previous ties to Denver, so it just makes a whole lot of sense for me. All right, Broncos country, I'm curious, if you had the choice, who would you hire as defensive coordinator? Dennis Allen or Rex Ryan? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts, as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video, as well as subscribe and ring the bell, so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are 2 free and easy ways to show your support. Helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country, just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.